Ernest Cote, hanged March the 11th, 1960. On Friday, March the 11th, 1960, Ernest Cote, 37, was hanged at Montreal's Bordeaux jail for the murder of a Timiskaming bank manager. He was pronounced dead at 12:08 a.m. and has the dubious distinction of being the last man hanged in both Montreal and in the province of Quebec. Cote, a native of North Bay, Ontario, had spent most of his life in prison. He had just finished serving a 15-year sentence for armed robbery when he was arrested for killing bank manager Alexandre Heron, who was shot 3 times during an abortive attempt to rob the Bank of Montreal branch in Timiskaming, Quebec, on May the 15th, 1959. Cote's murder trial was held at Hull, Quebec, and the all-male jury arrived at their guilty verdict in only 15 minutes. Cote's co-accused, Ronald Kyle Alexander Brush, 20, was acquitted of murder as he refused to enter the bank during the course of the holdup. He was, however, sentenced to 3 years for attempted robbery. As an interesting side note, Brush was successfully defended on the murder charge by a female lawyer, Huguette-Marie Charette, but, once again, the jury was strictly male. The jury that convicted Cote of Heron's murder did not recommend mercy, so when the condemned man learned on Thursday afternoon that his sentence would not be commuted, he appeared to take the news calmly enough. His only comment on learning he would indeed hang was, "I'm sorry it had to be that way." Yet, as the hour of his execution drew near, Cote became agitated and was slightly injured after he threw himself against the wall of his cell. Cote, a Roman Catholic, refused the last rites of the church, a midnight mass, and thus went to his death 30 minutes early. The day after the execution, Cote's mother, who lived in North Bay, released an 8-page typed letter from her son in which he argued against capital punishment. Among his conclusions, quote, "Guilty of murder or not, my execution will in no way deter future bank robbers. As of that, one can be certain." End of quote. My main sources for this account of the execution of Ernest Cote were newspapers accessed via the Google News Archive. The Google News Archive, Google, the best of them being the Regina Leader-Post. Cote is briefly mentioned in Neil Boyd's The Last Dance, Murder in Canada. He rates one whole sentence. Alan Hustak's They Were Hanged, which provides accounts of the last person hanged in each Canadian province, lists a completely different case, that of Henri Hector Legault, as the last Quebec execution, but that dubious honor belongs to Ernest Cote. All of my sources are listed in the description. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, comment, and consider subscribing to The Gallows, where we explore Canadian murder cases which ended on the scaffold. And remember, if you're born to hang, you'll never be shot. Cheers! Music used in today's video was Aftermath. Aftermath by that patron of the internet, Kevin MacLeod. Fighting a sudden head cold today, But I decided to make this video anyway, as I subscribe to the Actors Code, and so truly believe the show must go on. Cheers.